Hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are doing another tester block. But before I get started with that, I want to give you guys a little information about another quilter out there on YouTube. He has recently been in an accident and we all want to send him our well wishes. It is Sewing with Luane. So if y'all have a moment, go over there and give him your well wishes. We're hoping he gets better. And Luane, if you see this, I hope you get better real soon, because we'd like to see you back sewing and quilting. And I'm sure you're going to do that while you're down a little bit. But we're hoping you return real soon. So guys, this pattern that I am testing out today is called Lavender Fields. It is another Robert Kaufman. It is a free pattern. I will have it linked down in the description for you guys. Hopefully I don't forget like I did last time. I try to make sure to do that, but a lot of times my mind is going all over. I'm sewing, recording, editing, and all at the same time sometimes. But this pattern is a 10 square friendly. I think it will do really great scrappy, because the fabric that they're using in this is called Painterly Trees, and it looks real scrappy. So, and you know, anything that is a 10 square friendly, you know, it's got all those separate colors, different patterns in there. You know it's going to look good scrappy. So I'm doing just one block, and literally all that is required for one block. Now, since I'm only doing one block, I only have 4 strips. This is for to go around the center block. I have 4, I'm trying to think what they call these, like anchoring corners or something like that. Cornerstones. These are cornerstones. I have 4 cornerstones. And guys, I'm sorry if you're a little high, but I tried to get you where you could see on my machine. And I am still trying out a new stand, so I hope you got it's working really well. And the other thing I have is 4 triangles. And being that I'm doing this scrappy, I didn't have 10 squares I wanted to cut up for this. So I just measured out 10 inches by 5 inches, 10 inches long by 5 inches tall, and I cut this on a 90. Now, one of the pieces was not long enough, and it just cut the tip off. So it's not going to hurt it, because that's going to come into that 1/4 inch. So let's just get started with this. And really, y'all, this is all it is. It's four triangles. 4 cornerstones is what they call it. And 4 sashing pieces. I'm going to leave these laying over here. This pattern is done in several different fabrics and colors on Robert Kaufman's free pattern website. But this is the one that I printed. And it is a Robert Kaufman Lavender Fields. It says this was designed by Arrigo Wilson for RK, or Robert Kaufman. And it tells you the fabric and supplies needed. I'm not going to go through that, because this may not be the one that I choose. But if it is, you can print this down and have all of that information before you begin. Now, it does tell you notes before you begin. Read through all of the instructions. Allow seam allowances of 1/4 inch. Press seam allowances open unless otherwise noted. Now, I think when I was reading it, it was having you press to a side and not necessarily open. Let's see. Okay, so I've told you about my fabric I have. And y'all, this layout is going to be pretty simple. It looks like it's possibly about the same layout of that piece of cake that I'm doing. So what we are going to do is, it says arrange 2 printed triangles together as shown, sew together and press to the left. And it says repeat to make 80 pairs like this. Well, being that we're only doing 1 block, we're just going to do 2 of them. So our long edge goes to the outside. So let's see how we want these to alternate, or so we want these two across from one another, and these two. Okay, so we have a long edge and a long edge. So I am going to put these 2 together, and we are going to sew it at that 1/4 of an inch. And y'all, this is going to be a really quick one. But I will be giving y'all a little bit of information while I'm sewing this. I have received questions about the sew along. I am going to be doing a Facebook page, but if you do not have Facebook, that is okay. I will be doing the videos on YouTube. I have not even created the Facebook page yet. Because I do want to be able to put the videos on that also, and what I'll need to do is check to see what is allowed, how that will be allowed. Now I am going to cut this because I want to see how this is going to come together. We want this one over here and this one over here. I'm just making sure I'm sewing them the right sides together, because I don't want the blue and the red and blue together, because I want them to be opposite of one another. Now remember, I scrappied this, so and that one piece is going to be a different size, but that is okay. I'm not worried over that because it's just a test block. But what I'm probably going to do is continue to do test blocks until I get enough to make a full quilt out of. Because in the end, probably what is going to happen is I will probably make a quilt out of most of these fabrics, and that'll be like a good memory quilt. Like, hey, you made a quilt out of this. Look at these fabrics. So that will be nice. So now what I'm going to do is nest these 2 sets of triangles. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I knew this one was going to be a quick one. It's just a real quick, easy pattern. And I don't have a pen here, so got to get my pens out. And we are just going to sew those 2 together that we've already got sewn together, and make a large square, like a 10-inch square. It's probably going to be like 9.5. I think that's what it is. And we will trim it down. But I'm thinking each time I make a quilt, it might be a good idea to make an extra block. But you know, a lot of quilts that you make, if you're piecing a lot of pieces, you have extra pieces or you have extra blocks, and just kind of throw those into the quilt somehow, sash it together, just make it fit, you know. Make it into a block somehow. Now when we sew the 2 pairs together, now it says pressing the seam open or to one side. I'm doing it to a side. Okay, I now have my little square cut and trimmed down. What we will do after that, it shows adding the squares with the sashing, and I am going to, let's see, I'm going to add one of my cornerstones. I've got to figure out how to do this. Make sure I have the right side here. I am going to go on and add the cornerstone to each one of my strips, just on one end of it. And since this does not have a design on it, what I can do is it's fine if it's turned either way, upside down. However, this is a white on white fabric that I have, and I even have selvage left right here, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to go ahead and sew one of my cornerstones onto that. That's why this is a scrappy quilt. I use every single inch of this fabric that I can. And it was hard to get 4 triangles out of the strips that I had, because some of them were not 5 inches wide. And you know, I pulled this just out of a scrappy bag that I purchased from Fat Quarter Shop, I believe. And if you want to make a scrappy quilt, one of those scrappy bags is perfect. Okay, I am going to go ahead and press these open, and you're to press everything towards the sashing. Okay, I now have my sashings done, and I am just going to start by attaching them on my quilt. Now, I do know that the sashing covers the whole length of the block, and I'm really not following the pattern because it has you doing like a whole row, and I'm just doing one block right now to test it. But what I will do is put that end of that sashing on the end of my block and get it to fit. And I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. I started my day going out into my garden. I had a handful of little strawberries out there that I ate. Yes, I did. I ate them up. And they were delicious. Okay, I've got that one done. I'm wondering maybe if I should not have, I probably shouldn't have put my sashing on this end. So don't put your sashing, your cornerstone on the end that you're sewing on. I probably should have put it the other direction where the other end of the sashing. So what I'm going to do is just take that cornerstone off. And this is why I like testing out before I get on an actual pattern, because there may be little things that I don't realize. But as I stated before, I am only doing a block. I am not doing the whole pattern. And to do the whole pattern, it would probably be a lot easier, because they have you doing the whole sashing at one time. Like you sew a sashing and then sew one on, sew a cornerstone on. But since I'm doing one block, I have to figure out how to make that work. Okay, so it looks like the easiest way to do it, if you're doing just one block, do the sashing without a block, and then you can attach one with a block at the top. And being that everything is pressed towards the sashing, you have a seam that nests right there. Sometimes it takes a little guesswork for me, but I love learning these new blocks, y'all. I love learning new blocks. And I have a good mind, just a notion maybe, to get that box of cards or blocks or deck. What is it called? I have one of them already. It is the Quilt Builder card deck. I have number 2. I did not catch number 1 because that was before I actually started quilting. But I have seen the 3rd box available at my local quilt shop. And I may go get that and just start doing the blocks like that. So, I mean, I think that would be really cute too, just to have a random fabric, you know, just scrappy fabrics to do. So that would be really cute, actually, I think. And I think somebody even suggested that as a sew along. Okay, let's see what this is looking like. It's looking cute. And y'all, this is really cute. I don't even know what most of these lines of fabric is that's in this, but it's really cute. I love the, I think I have the selvage on that, but these are all really cute together. I think they're just so cute. So cute. Okay, so now I'm going to sew this one on here. In my last sashing, I will put the cornerstone on both ends. I already have the cornerstone on one end, but I will do the cornerstone on the second end. So about our wonderful day we're having, and I had a few strawberries this morning out of my garden. I notice I'm having new sprouts of asparagus. I don't know how asparagus grows. I don't really know the season it grows, but I don't think season really matters here anymore, because one day it's spring, one day it's summer, one day it's winter. Yeah. You have like rainy season and all that, but it's just not, we don't have defined seasons in Louisiana. It's pretty much defined as Mother Nature is off her rocker most of the time. But I love it. It's hot as I'll get out here sometimes, but I just love it. I love living here. Okay, now we have 2 cornerstones. I am going to put this 3rd one on this last sashing, and we will get this added on. And y'all, I have been looking at another pattern that I would still like to try a block out on. And I don't know if it'll be released before July 1 though. But I don't know. I've been looking at it and I'm trying to find the pattern. It is a free pattern. And I keep seeing it on Pinterest. One that I would love to try. But I can't see, and I even know who the designer is, and I don't want to put the name out or anything, just in case I can't get it. But it says it's a free pattern, but I don't know where that pattern is at. And I'm a pretty good researcher. I'm pretty good at finding things like that. You know, if I know just one bit of detail of the information, I'm pretty good about finding stuff. And there's a lot of them out there on Pinterest, done in different fabrics, and I'm beside myself right now because I cannot find the pattern. But it's okay if I can't find the pattern, because I think we have quite a few nice patterns to choose from. And I would like to, if you do not have Facebook, I was telling you about Facebook earlier. If you do not have Facebook and you want to do it, you are still able to email your photos to me. My email address is always at the bottom of my description. You are more than welcome to email your photos to me, and I will be doing a giveaway with this sew along. It's going to be pretty simple, so it's just going to be kind of, you know, there's going to be different areas that we look at, not necessarily, you know, design or anything, because this is a scrappy quilt. It is a smasher stash, but I want to see how creative people can get with it. But once we find the pattern to use, that will be the pattern that is judged on. But y'all stay tuned for that, because I'm still working all the details out. Okay, here is our block. I know I don't meet up there at all. That is on either side of that. I think that's the only point that goes in the point. But it is okay. That is very much okay. Because I'm liking this. I'm liking this square. That's going to be real easy. That would be really, really easy to make. It does, you know, and I'm thinking with a block like this, it's like color combinations. Like even in your scraps, you may have blues and reds and greens. And like, how do you do it? Do you do like 2 dark greens here and 2 light greens to give like a different dimension to it? That would be beautiful, I think. I think that would be really pretty, because this is the Robert Kaufman. I'm really liking his patterns, the ones I've come across. He's got quite a few that I really do like. This is called Lavender Fields. It is 10 square friendly. I think if you want to downsize it even, and the measurement is a 51 by 64. Like if you want to downsize the measurement here, and instead of doing 10 square, like if you've got something that's 8 inches square and you want to do that all over your quilt, that's fine too. Just alter it however you need to make it scrappy for you. Or if you've got a layer cake, you could do this too. It only requires a layer cake and 2 other fabrics. And of course you'll need your binding and backing, but just to make it is a layer cake and 2 fabrics. You'll have, this would be your layer cake, this would be a fabric, and this would be a fabric. Let's see if y'all see that really good. But that is it for that block. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join me just to smash our stash and test another block. If you'd like to leave a comment and tell me what you think, I really do appreciate it, and I will respond to you. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.